Jai Shri Ram. Shubha Deepawali to all of you. Deepawali, the festival of lights, is one of the most significant festivals of the Hindu tradition. It celebrates the return of Sri Ram, the return of that principle which in reality never leaves us or is never far away from us. Sarveshu Ramante iti Ramaha. He who dwells or plays in every single particle of this universe is Ram. At Sharada Prabha, students engaged in reflective stories and activities to contemplate this principle of Ram through art, music, storytelling, and hands-on activities to cook sweets celebrating this occasion. Students reflected on Rama's grace and the principle which he embodied, Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. May we all find Ram within and walk the path of Dharma.
Shubh Deepawali. Okay, so I see that you're all excited and joyous to celebrate Deepawali. So, whose homecoming does Deepawali celebrate? Yes, Harish.
Ramji.
Yes, Ramji, Bhagwan Ram. So, and where does Ram reside? Where does he live? Yes. Here. Where does Ram live?
In our heart.
Very good. He lives in our hearts. So we celebrate Ram's homecoming. We celebrate Ram who lives in our hearts and everyone's heart, right? So we honor each other. We greet each other on Deepawali. And there's a lot of joy and festivity in this season. So when we go and greet each other, we like to spend this time with our near and dear ones, with our family and friends, and we greet them with sweets. So in this season, now the rainy season is over, so the fasting is over and slowly our Agni, our digestive fire is developing. So we need to eat and we can eat heavy things. So when we greet each other, we give them sweets. But if we buy these sweets from the market, they're often adulterated. Have you heard the word adulteration? No? Okay, so adulteration is when you mix something which is not actually the right thing, you mix something impure in it. For example, if you're making khoya, you know khoya, which is made out of milk, barfi. And so what should it contain? It should contain milk, right? You boil the milk and you make it thicker and condensed and it forms a barfi. And after you add some sweetener like sugar. But instead of that, if in that we put some blotting paper. Can we put blotting paper in barfi? Can we put? Would you like to eat blotting paper? No. So, remember we discussed that in milk, sometimes they put shampoo or some oil and they make a liquid which looks like milk, but it's not milk. So that is adulteration. That is, you're putting certain impure, harmful substances to create a substance that looks like that, but it is actually not that, right? So if you go to the market these days, you get sweets that are adulterated. So you go to buy milk sweets, but they'll have some chemicals in them. They might have milk which has been created out of shampoo, or it might have blotting paper, urea. So all those things are harmful for our health. And also they contain artificial colors which are again harmful for our health. They have harmful chemicals. So let's prepare some healthy, delicious sweet by our own hands. So when we prepare something by our own hands, we know that it's pure, isn't it? And also, what do we pour into that? In addition to the sugar and the milk, what do we pour in? Yes, Falak.
Our love.
Very good. We pour in our love, which is not there in the sweets that we buy from the market. So, we are going to prepare Moong Dal Halwa. Do you all like Moong Dal Halwa? Everyone? Yes? Okay. So, now Moong Dal. Who likes Moong Dal? Not Halwa. Moong Dal. Everyone likes Moong Dal. Very good. So, you know, Moong Dal is called Nitya Sevaniya. You understand Nitya? What is Nitya? Yes, Sandhya.
Always.
Yes, always. Something that we do every day. So, Nitya means every day or always. And Sevaniya. Sevaniya is something that jiska sevan karte hain. That is what we can take every day. So, Ayurveda talks about certain foods that can be taken every day. So, can you have halwa every day? No. So, there are few things which you can every day and you won't fall sick. So, one of them is moong. Moong dal you can have every day. And then any guesses? What else can you have every day and you won't fall sick throughout the year? Yes, Sonali?
Khichdi.
Khichdi, yes, good. So, khichdi is made of moong dal and what else? Rice, yes. So, rice, especially red rice, it's called Shashti Shali. What is it called? Shashti is 60, right? So, it grows in 60 days in the field. That red rice, it's very good for our health. So, that can be had throughout the year. So, moong, red rice, that is Shashti Shali. What else? What else do you think can be had throughout the year? Yes. 1 minute, let the mic come to you.
Sabji roti.
Sabji roti, okay. But with sabji. And roti not, you cannot all have all kinds of roti throughout the year.
Bitter gourd.
Bitter gourd. Bitter gourd is not available throughout the year. It's available only in this season. It's not available in summer, and it's not good to have bitter gourd in summer because it creates a lot of dryness. Yes. Pass the mic. After.
Banana.
Banana, no. Banana creates a lot of cough, so you cannot have it when you have cough. Give it to Atharva.
Karela.
Oh, he already said Karela. Okay, so we can have amla. Remember we made amla candies? So amla is something you can have throughout the year. And amla is not available throughout the year. So what can you do? You can make amla candy and keep it. And then you can enjoy it throughout the year. Or you can dry it and make amla powder. So that way you can have it when it's not in season. So you can have Shashti Shali, that is red rice, moong, amla, ghee. Ghee is something which you can have throughout the year. Okay? It's so good. And then honey. You know where we get honey from? Where do we get honey from? Who hasn't answered? Okay, Abhay.
Honeybee.
Honeybees, yes. So they make a big honeycomb and we get honey from there. So that's another thing that you can have throughout the year. Okay? And then there are certain fruits. One of them is amla, then pomegranate, and dried grapes, that is raisins, right? So these are some of the things we can have throughout the year. And which salt do you think we can have throughout the year? Someone who hasn't answered. Yes, Mahi.
Black salt.
No, not black salt. Okay. Yeah.
Rock salt.
Very good. Rock salt. It's pink in color. So that you can have throughout the year. So these are some of the few things that one can have throughout the year. So let's recapitulate. There's moong, there's red rice, there's rock salt, ghee, amla and honey. So these are the foods that you can have throughout the year. So now, if you have moong and if you have moong dal halwa, there's a difference, isn't it? So which of them is lighter, moong dal or moong dal halwa? Yes? Vikas Prakash. Which is lighter?
Moong dal.
Moong dal, very good. So moong dal is easy to digest, it's light. But when you make halwa out of it, it becomes heavy. Why is that? Okay.
Because we added wheat and
No, we're not going to add wheat. We'll just make moong dal halwa out of moong dal. We won't add any wheat to it. Okay. Give it to Sonali.
ghee.
We're going to add ghee. Very good. And that's going to make it heavy. One more reason. Yes, Sonali.
Oil.
No, we won't add oil. We'll add ghee to it. Okay, so when you grind anything, any grain, for example, you have rice and now we grind it. Have you seen the grinding machine, the chakki? And then it turns the grain into flour. So from rice you get rice flour, from wheat you get wheat flour, and from moong you get moong flour. So if you grind the moong dal, you get moong flour. So when you grind any grain, the flour that you get is heavier than the grain. Did you know this? Did you know this? No. So if you are having, for example, if you have rice or if you have rice roti, which of them is heavier? Rice roti is heavier because it's made of rice flour. And the finer you grind it, if you make it very fine, then it becomes even more heavier. It becomes heavier and heavier as you make it finer and finer. Okay? So in wheat, if you have dalia, that's porridge, you know, broken wheat, if you make it like a porridge, dalia, it's not so heavy. But if you grind it and you make wheat flour out of it and make chapati, it becomes heavier than the dalia. And if you grind it even finer and remove the outer covering and make maida out of it, it becomes very heavy. Okay? So we're going to prepare the moong dal halwa with moong flour. Sometimes it can be prepared by soaking the moong dal in water and then grinding it, but that's a long process and it's more difficult. So we will make it easy for you. So we get moong flour, that is we've ground the moong into moong flour and we will prepare the halwa out of it. Okay? So definitely it's going to be heavier than the moong dal. So what does it contain? Any guesses? What does the moong dal halwa contain? Yes, Yuktesh.
Kaju badam.
Kaju badam. That's optional. You can put it if you want, but if you don't want, you cannot. I mean, you don't have to put it. But good, we can put that. Anyone from this side? Okay, give it to.
Raisins.
Raisins. Okay, very good.
Dates.
So this is the nuts and the dry fruits. Other than nuts and dry fruits, Kripali.
Ghee.
Ghee. Yes, very good. It contains ghee. So, okay, now just imagine I'm starting to prepare moong dal halwa. We're just going to do it in a little while. So, I add ghee to the pot. What will I add next? Yes, Harish.
Moong flour.
Very good. We add moong flour and we start roasting it. What will I add next? Sonali.
Sugar.
Sugar. Before the sugar, we'll add some water and then we'll add sugar. So, but we will not use refined sugar. And we will use, what will we use instead? Yes? Give it to
Brown sugar.
Yes, we can add brown sugar or we can add
Jaggery.
We can also add jaggery, very good. But this season is the Sharad Ritu. And jaggery is it heating or is it cooling? It's heating. So we will not add jaggery now. If we make it in winters, we can add jaggery. Now we will add mishri, that is rock sugar. Okay? And of course, and then we will add some spices which are called condiments. What are they called? Condiments. So we'll put 2 of them today. One is cardamom. You all know cardamom, right? What color is cardamom? What color is the pod? You know, there's a pod, and if you open it, you peel it, there's seeds. So what color is the cardamom pod?
Brown.
Brown. I'm using the small cardamom. There's a small cardamom and there's a big cardamom. You can give it a...
Black.
No? Yes, Tharva.
Green.
Very good. It's green in color. So the pod is green in color. We'll just see it now. It's green in color and the seeds inside are black. So we use cardamom, and cardamom is good to reduce cough because all these things are heavy, ghee, and then we're adding so much sugar. All that can create cough in us, and so we don't want to create cough in our body. So we're going to add cardamom. That reduces the chances of cough. And we're going to put one special ingredient today. We haven't used it before in our sessions, and it's very expensive. Can you guess what that is in this tiny box? Okay. What is this?
Kesar.
Kesar. What is kesar in English? Anyone knows? Raise your hands. What is kesar in English? It's saffron. It's called saffron. You know the saffron color? Orange, yes, which is there in our tricolor in the flag. So this is because it gives the orange color, it's called saffron, right? So can you all see? It's so tiny, they're tiny filaments, thread-like structures, right? So I'll pass it around carefully. You can just smell it. Okay, there's just a little bit for a sample. So you just pass it around, smell it, and then I'll show you a video. Can anyone guess the price of this? How many rupees a kilo? Yes, you want to guess the price of this? Yes.
1,000.
1,000 rupees a kilo. Anyone else? Sonali?
2,000.
2,000. Anyone else?
100.
100. I'm going to buy it from you. You sell it for 100 rupees a kilo? Okay. Here, at the back. Pass it here. Think big.
500.
Huh?
500.
500. Big, bigger than 2,000. One more chance and then I'll tell you. Here, give it to Abhay. Or give it to Vikas.
3,000.
3,000. No. So you have to put a few more zeros to it. So if I say 5 zeros, 3 followed by 5 zeros, how much is that? 3 followed by 5 zeros. How much is that? 3 lakhs. It's 3 lakhs rupees a kilo. It's so expensive. Now you've all seen this. Have you all seen it? Okay, so have a look. So can anyone tell me what part of the plant is this? You've done parts of the plant? Haven't you studied parts of the plant? There's leaves, there's roots, there's fruit, there's seed. Okay, Yuktesh. After having a look at it, can you guess what part of plant is it?
Root.
Root? No. Okay, give it to Harish.
Stem.
Stem. You think the plant is so weak it will fall down if this it's so thin. Yes, Atharva.
Seed.
No. Okay, but only one more chance.
Flower.
Not quite. Anyone else? I'll give it back.
Flower center part.
Flower center part. You've done parts of the flowers. So tell me which center part. You're close. Okay, let me tell you. So, so we'll see this video. It's the center part. It has, you've done the reproductive system of the flower. So it has a female and a male reproductive system. So what is the part of the female reproductive system called? What is it? Can you see the plantation? Can you see the flowers there? It's a very short plant. Yes. See, can you see the flower? It's a purple colored flower, and you see the saffron. Can you see those filaments? Those red, orangish filaments? So he's using tweezers to pluck it out. Have you seen tweezers? Yeah? Yes. So steel tweezers, you just take it and pull it out. So it's so delicate. And there are just 3 filaments you get from each flower. Only 3 filaments from one flower. And you have to pick them by hand. So it's labor intense, right? You have to put in so much labor because you have to pick up each filament. So it's so expensive. So this is the style. So it's a stigma of those 3 filaments. You know the stigma? So it's a stigma, right? Okay. So we are going to prepare Moong Dal Halwa now. Jai Shri Ram. Okay, we celebrate the festival of Deepawali, row of lights. Does anybody know on which day or which phase of the moon was Deepawali originally celebrated? And we celebrate it every year on the same day. Okay, Yutesh, who has it?
Purnima. Purnima. New moon.
Say that again.
New moon.
New moon. New moon means when you look up in the sky, do you see a moon? No, it's pitch dark. And therefore, when Ram returned to Ayodhya along with Sita and Lakshman, they needed light. They needed lights to light the path. So that's why Deepawali. Okay. All right. So we're going to explore the same title, Finding Ram Within. Where is Ram? You see the image here? This is an image of Hanuman tearing open his chest. I had briefly shared this story with you last year, but for those who might have not been here then, and for those who might have forgotten, just a quick review that Hanuman came back with Ram to Ayodhya, and Sita had these pearls with her. Okay, you know pearls, jewelry. Okay, and pearls shine, and they said, okay, who can we give these pearls to? Whoever did the greatest seva to Ram. And so Ram decided Hanuman, because Hanuman, you know all the seva he did, right? He leapt over the ocean, he carried the mountain and brought the herbs in time. He rescued or found Sita and even offered to bring her back. But then Sita said, no, Ram should come and get me. So he did a lot of seva for Ram, and also building of the bridge. He was instrumental in that as well. So they gave the pearls to Hanuman, and Hanuman started to chew them, chew the pearls. And pearls are the most expensive ornaments out there. So it was like the highest prize, like the highest award. You know how you get on stage and when you go for competitions, you have awards. This was the biggest award, and Hanuman got the biggest award. And what did he do? He was chewing them. So people said, what are you doing? He was breaking them open. He started breaking the pearls. He said, I'm seeing if this has any value. I'm seeing if it has Ram in them. If there's Ram in the pearls, and I don't see Ram in the pearls, meaning it glitters, it sparkles, it shines, pearls shine, but still I don't see any Ram in them. So this brilliance, this light is external light, the light of the pearls. He is looking for outer light or inner light? Outer light or inner light? Inner light. He's not finding them inside the pearls. So somebody says, well, then why do you value this human body that you have, this human life? Do you have Ram in your body? Is that why you value it? He says, yes, of course. I have Ram and Sita in my heart. Siya Ram are one, okay, Sita and Ram. So it tears open his chest and inside you see Ram and Sita. So this is an iconic image. Iconic meaning a typical image showing devotion. Okay, Siya Ram mein sab jag jani, says Tulsidas, that this entire creation is pervaded by Ram. Ram, the definition of Ram is Sarveshu Ramante iti Ramaha. Sarveshu meaning in all atoms, in all particles, that which shines is Ram. Pearls also shine, but which kind of shining is that? External or internal? External or internal? External. It's shining from the outside, but it's not the essence of everything is Ram, not the external. So Hanuman went for the essence. Ramante yoginaha hridaye iti Ramaha. That in which the mind of the yogis dwell, meaning yogi or bhakta like Hanuman, focuses on the Ram within. Ram dwells there. So when we say finding Ram, where are we going to find him? In pearls, in necklaces, in money, in awards, in prize? Where will we find him? Where will we find him? Somebody tell me in one word, where will you find Ram if you have to look for him?
Ourself.
Inside, right? Ourself, meaning inside yourself. Inside where? In your mind? Okay, Diyan, give it a shot. Where will you find him?
Heart.
In your heart. Heart is deeper than the mind. Heart with a capital H, not a physical heart. So if a doctor performs a surgery and brings out the physical heart, okay, like a bypass surgery, heart surgery, right, cardiac surgery, will he find Ram in that? No, Ram is an internal experience that each human being can have, just like Hanuman had. So that is the most amazing thing. Okay, here's a mantra that talks about Ram. It says mantra for sound sleep. Who likes to sleep? Who doesn't like to sleep? Who doesn't like to sleep? Every living being requires sleep. Sleep is not an option. Sleep is a necessity. Without sleep, you will not be able to have the energy to function. Sleep is the gift of God, the gift of Ram. Because in sleep, what do you experience? Peace, right? But that peace is disturbed when you have dreams, exactly. When you have dreams, especially bad dreams. So this is a mantra that talks about how you can dispel those bad dreams, how those bad dreams can be destroyed with a mantra. Mantra is that which protects your mind. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. That which protects your mind is a mantra. So here's a trick. Ramam skandam hanumantam vainateyam vikodayam shayaneya smae nityam duswapnastasya nashyati. Duswapnaha. Swapnaha, duswapnaha. Bad dreams. Okay? Not just swapnaha, bad dreams. Bad swapnaha. Tasya nashyati. Nashyati means they get destroyed. When a person before bedtime, shayane yasmaye nityam, during bedtime, while before going to sleep, remembers these 5 beings. Number 1. Whose name is number 1 on the list? Everyone say it together. Ram, number 1. Second, Skanda is Kartikeya. Number 3, Hanuman. Number 4, Vainate is Garuda, Vinita's son. And number 5, Bhim. Vikoda is Bhim. If you remember these 5, the most powerful beings who have ever walked on this planet, Dreams, which are just a figment of your imagination, cannot bother you, and you will get peace of mind in deep sleep. And that same peace of mind you'll be able to experience in your daytime when you are functioning with your senses. You understand? When you're functioning in daily life, you'll be able to get the same blessing of deep sleep. What is the greatest blessing of Sri Ram? Pearl necklace or peace of mind? Who says pearls? Awards, prizes, ranks, no? Peace of mind. Everyone agrees with that? So this is what Ram gives as his grace. Now let's look at one story. I'll show you this. Remember in the last celebration, Navratra celebration, I talked about how praise and criticism are two sides of the same coin. And criticism can be used for our growth. Criticism can be used as fuel to help us grow in life. Today I'll tell you another pair of opposites where both can be used to help you grow. Okay, you might remember Aruna. Remember Aruna? Whose chariot is that? Everyone say it together. Surya's chariot. So the charioteer is Aruna, and you can see the painter has painted him, imagined him to be red in color, because when you see the sun rising, the initial red light of dawn is Aruna, right? That's the charioteer, and he's disabled. He is Garuda's brother. And Garuda, which bird is that? Can anybody guess? Eagle, exactly. Eagle. And Aruna rides Surya in the sky, and eagle flies in the sky. Now, Aruna has a son whose name is Jatayu. How many of you have heard of Jatayu? Jatayu is Gridharaj. Okay, few of you, but not everyone. Vulture. Have you seen vultures in sky? What do the vultures eat? Are they, dead animals. Okay, carcasses. Are they herbivores? Carnivores? They're called scavengers. So they basically scavenge. They don't eat live animals. Okay, they mainly eat the carcasses of animals. After animals have died, you'll see vultures around them cleaning up. They clean up the mess. And if you don't have you seen that sometimes a dead rat or a frog is just on the side of the road? How does it smell? Right? It's the stench, foul stench. So animals like vultures clean up, especially big animals like deers, okay, wildebeest, buffaloes. When they die, it smells really bad. Vultures come and clean up everything. But in the process, they themselves are considered to be very lowly animals, right? Adam jeev. They're not the highest animals. They're low because they eat dead animals. Aruna has a son, his name is Jatayu, and they're two brothers, Jatayu and Sampati. And one day, like Hanuman, remember Hanuman when he was little, what did he do? He tried to eat the sun, right? He leapt in the sky to eat the sun. He thought sun was a fruit. Surya Bhagavan was a fruit. Well, Aruna and, not Aruna, Garuda, not Garuda, Aruna's son Jatayu and Sampati did something similar. They went on a race to reach the sun, to reach Surya. They said, okay, it was like a race, like a wager. Like let's see who reaches first. Well, when you approach sun, what happens? What happens to your body? What do you feel? Heat. Exactly, heat. They start to feel heat. And in that heat, their wings started to burn. And Jatayu was flying fast. Sampati protected his brother. He said, no, I need to protect my brother. So he came in front. And in the process, Sampati kind of lost his wings or injured his wings. And he fell. And then he was never able to move from that place. And he told Jatayu to return back. Don't approach the Surya too close. So after that, they never met. But Jatayu then started to live in the forest, and Sampati was living near the ocean, okay, in South India. So that's the kind of back story of Jatayu. And when Ram, Lakshman and Sita were in the forest, they reached a place called Panchavati. Panchavati, where Lakshman built a kutir, like kutiya, for Ram and Sita to stay in. And they saw a big bird, vulture. They said, who is that? Must be a Rakshas. And Jatayu said, no, don't kill me. I am Jatayu. I am actually your father's friend. Dashrath was one day battling an Asura. Some say Sambasur, but one of the Asuras. And when he was about to get hurt, guess who saved him in the skies? Jatayu. Okay, Jatayu came and rescued Dashrath. So he said, I am your father's friend, and I heard about the sad demise of your father, that your father passed away. So because you don't have a father, Ram, you are like my son now. And Sita is like my daughter-in-law. And Panchvati is surrounded by Bhoot, Pishach, okay, animals, ghosts, Rakshasas, Asuras. It's a forest. So all kinds of beings live here. So I will protect you. So he becomes their bodyguard in Panchvati. And every night when they're asleep, he protects Ram, Lakshman and Sita. And he protected them from a lot of beings. Now one day, you know the story, right? That this is Panchavati, by the way. And Sita is pointing to a golden deer. So I will skip that story because we have to get to Jatayu. And but I think most of you know that Sita wanted the golden deer. Okay, a deer can never be golden. But at that point, she couldn't. In fact, Valmiki says that she had lost her sense. When you lose your Vivek Buddhi, you think that something that cannot be true is true and you chase that. So she said, I want that. And she said, I want it now. So Ram goes after the golden deer, even though Ram says that deer cannot be golden. Anyway, Ram goes after the deer. Then he forces Lakshman to go after the deer because the deer was a Rakshasa. And Marich. And he shouts, save me, Lakshman. So then Sita forces Lakshman to go. At that time, Sita is by herself. Ravan comes and abducts her. So that's a long story, I'll tell you some other time. But basically, he abducts her by deceit, by cheating. He comes in the clothes or the attire of a sadhu to ask for alms. वो होता ना, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi, है ना, give me Bhiksha. So when she gives him Bhiksha, he snatches her and reveals her true form as Ravana, Lankapati Ravan, and takes Sita on Pushpak Viman. Now, who is the bodyguard of Panchavati, of Ram and Lakshman? Who is the security? Jatayu. Jatayu is old by this time. He's very old, he's very weak, and but he has chosen this as his duty because he was Dashrath's friend. At one point, he had saved Dashrath. That's how much strength he had. And Dashrath was Dashratha, meaning his Ratha could go in 10 directions all at once. And he could save Dashrath. Imagine Jatayu's strength. He was one of the most powerful beings, like Garuda. But by this time, he's old and he's weak. But still, he's doing his duty. So when he sees Ravan taking Sita, first he's shocked. Then he tells Ravan that what you're doing is adharma. Okay, you are kidnapping, you are abducting somebody else's wife. She doesn't belong to you. You're taking her, and that too by force, and that too by deceit, meaning cheating. Did he come as a Rakshasa or an Asura? No, he came as a sadhu, as a sannyasi, and he's forcefully taking her. So is this a sign of bravery? Is Ravan being brave? But he is supposed to be brave and intelligent. He has 10 heads, meaning he's very intelligent. He knows the Vedas, he knows Jyotish, meaning astrology, he knows music, Sangeet Shastra, he knows how to play instruments like Rudra Veena. In fact, he invented Rudra Veena, some people say. He knows Vastu Shastra. He has all the planets tied to his bed. That's how much knowledge of Jyotish he has. He is a Ved Pandit. He is a scholar, meaning he's Vidwan, scholar of the scriptures. He knows every art you could think of. He's very handsome. He's good looking. He's beautiful. He has a lot of strength, physical strength. He knows archery. He knows how to use a mace, gada. He knows all the weapons. In fact, he has a sword called Chandahas, which was given to him by Shiva. Most importantly, he's a Shiva Bhakta. He did bhakti to Shiva, and in return, Shiva gave him Chandahas. He wrote the Tandav Stotram that you all sing. Okay, that's so famous. So he knows everything, except that you do not snatch what doesn't belong to you. He doesn't get that. Something that doesn't belong to you, you should leave it alone, whether it's an object or a person. Does that make sense? It didn't make sense to Ravan. Okay, Ravan's mindset was that if I like it, I want it and I want it now. And I will do anything to snatch it and keep it with me. So he did the same with Lanka. He didn't build Lanka, golden Lanka. Kuber built, his half brother. He snatched Lanka, kicked Kuber out. Pushpak Viman didn't belong to Ravan. He snatched Pushpak Viman. He tried to snatch Shiva also, Shivlingam. Okay, but Shiva just put his foot down. And there's another story of Vaidyanath Shivlingam, right? Jyotirling. So he wants everything, including God, God's Murti, everything. For him, everything is a toy. You understand? Including Sita. Everything is a toy that he wants now. Now, this is, if I give you what the essence of the Ramayana, this is the essence of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and all the scriptures. What, in one word, tell me what does this mean? When you don't protect the weak, you exploit the weak. Sita, in this case, was weak. She was helpless. She was by herself. She had no protection, and Ravan came and snatched her. When you dominate someone, you take what doesn't belong to you out of desire or greed or anger or jealousy. What word captures this behavior? Sanskrit word, okay? No Urdu.
Greedy. Greedy.
That's English. I'll give you a clue. It's the root of the word is dvi dhatu. Dvi, to uphold. So now tell me, class on the mic in the back.
Lalchi. Lalchi.
Lalchi is not Sanskrit. Urdu hai lalchi. Hindi. Adharma. Adharma. Adharma means it's not dharma. Okay, this is opposite of dharma. And Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Ram is the embodiment of dharma. And Ravan is the embodiment of? What do you have to learn from Ravan? This is adharma. No. You cannot learn from Ravan. There is nothing to learn from Ravan. Okay, if you want to learn something, learn what not to do from Ravan. Okay, you don't snatch something or someone that belongs to someone else. That is adharma. So here's Jatayu's duty. Dharma was to protect Sita. And so when he sees Ravan taking her, he jumps and first explains to Ravan. There's a long dialogue where he explains to Ravan through words that please don't do this. Ravan doesn't listen to him, starts fighting him. In return, Jatayu, what do you think? He's weak. He's not well. He's very old. What do you think if he fights, do you think right now he has a chance to win? How many think Jatayu can win at this point? Ravan is young, extremely powerful, has Chandrahas with him, which is Shiva's sword, which has a boon that no one can defeat him when he has Chandrahas with him. So now, what are the chances of Jatayu winning this battle? Very slim, okay? Slim. Chances are he will probably lose this battle. But what does Jatayu decide to do? Why? He won't be able to protect Sita. So why is he fighting? Somebody wants to try it? Okay. Yeah. One word.
His duty.
Exactly. Very good. It's his duty. It's his dharma. It doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. It's his duty. As a student, what is your duty? To study, to learn, to practice whatever you have been taught. Does it matter whether you come first or last? Whether you get the stage or don't get the stage? Whether you get a prize or don't get a prize? Does it matter? Whether you get an award or don't get an award? Does it matter? What matters? That you studied. Okay, in the same way, Jatayu knows that he might most likely lose this battle. But it's his duty, it's his dharma to protect Sita, and therefore and the fight is a long fight. He injures Ravan very badly, and also Ravan apparently has a driver to his chariot. He kills the driver, he almost breaks the chariot. the chariot comes down, and but because his reflexes, meaning his actions, are not so fast, Ravan brings out his Chandrahas and clips off his feathers. You see this? This is a painting by Raja Ravi Verma. You've heard of this artist before, right? I've shown you paintings by him. This is Raja Ravi Verma. You can see Ravan is, I don't know how clear it is, but Ravan is smiling in delight, in victory. You know how some of you say, Hum jeet gaye, hum jeet gaye. Ravan won the battle. And Jatayu is shocked. Shocked meaning he cannot believe that this is happening. And Sita is not willing to look. First, she doesn't like Ravan taking her or touching her. And second, she cannot see the fact that Jatayu, her kind of like her father figure, is being killed in front of her own eyes when he's trying to defend her. So this is a very sad scene. In fact, when I was little, when I saw this scene for the first time, I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it. Because we have always heard that if you follow the path of truth, God will protect you. Here, nobody protected Jatayu. So I couldn't believe it. And but the story is still the same. Jatayu died. Jatayu's wings were clipped off and he fell on the ground. Ravan took Sita after that. And Jatayu held his breath till Ram came to him. So while in his wanderings, when Ram and Lakshman were looking for Sita, Ram and Lakshman come and find this big mighty bird, okay, struggling, suffering because his wings have been clipped off, cut off, and he's on the ground bleeding to death. But before dying, Jatayu says, I was just waiting for you, Ram. I was waiting for, and when you see God, what is that called? Darshan. What is it called? Darshan. When you see God, not in a temple. He's not seeing him in a temple. He's seeing him live, face to face. And then he says that Ravan took your wife, took Sita in this direction, in the southern direction. So otherwise Ram didn't know because Pushpak Viman flew in the sky. So there were no footprints. There was no evidence on the floor, on the ground where Ravan took Sita. So Jatayu gives a crucial piece of information that Ravan took Sita in which direction? South. How many directions are there? Main 10 total, but main 4. So you go south. And remember Ram, when Ram leaves forest, for the forest, Dashrath passed away in the palace. So he couldn't do the Antim Samskar, the final rites to his own father. So Ram says, I didn't have the opportunity, I didn't have the fortune of doing the final rites of my father. I will do it for Jatayu. So he does the final rites, the Antim Sanskar of Jatayu. Okay. Now I want to explore this, what I have written here. I'm going to write something on the board. I want you to tell me. What's the word on the rightmost side? Everyone say it. Victory. And the other? So these are synonyms or antonyms. Antonyms are opposites. What are they? Antonyms, meaning they're opposites. If you win, you don't lose at the same time. If you lose, you don't win at the same time. If you win, somebody else loses. If you lose, somebody else wins. Now, I will tell you something interesting. In this scenario, you see I have written the word defeat, but why have I put quotation marks like that? Okay, how many say, let me ask you this way. Now, keep your brains alert, okay? How many say Jatayu lost? Okay. Did Jatayu lose the battle to Ravan? Yes or no? Why would you say no? Ravan clipped off his feathers and he's on the ground, dying, suffering and dying. So did Jatayu lose the battle to Ravan? So in what way did his following dharma protect him? Dharmo yakshati yakshitaha. He who follows dharma, he who protects dharma, dharma protects him. Now answer my question that I asked in my childhood. I was probably your age, 6 or 7, when I asked this question. And I'm asking you the same question. How did Jatayu's following dharma protect him? And why should you follow dharma? That's the next question after that. Okay. Somebody else, I want somebody else to try who hasn't tried. It doesn't matter, right, wrong. Just try something.
Because he is doing dharma
And therefore, he's
and
right,
his
his actions
duty.
are, he's following dharma, and
his duty.
so how is dharma protecting him?
Because
Or how did dharma protect him?
he was saving Sita.
How did he try to save Sita? How did dharma try to save him? He died.
Because Ram wins.
Oh, that's a good, okay. She said because Ram wins in the end. Excellent answer. I would say that is definitely one viewpoint. A lot of people say that before dying, he gave a crucial piece of information to Ram that Sita went south, right? So eventually, was that piece of information important for Ram's eventual victory? Yes or no? If he didn't know Sita went south, he would be looking for Sita everywhere. So in one way, yes, his effort did not go to waste. Effort never goes to waste. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya tyayate mahato bhayat. Krishna says to Arjuna in the Gita that don't give up effort, even a little bit of effort. Listen to this very carefully. Even a little bit of effort, meaning even a little bit of practice, whether it's music, art, dance, mathematics, science, English, Sanskrit, Hindi, Gujarati, arts, martial arts, whatever. If you practice, your practice never goes to waste. Even a little bit of practice, even a little bit of effort never goes to waste. Did Jatayu's efforts go to waste? No, because he gave a crucial piece of information to Ram. Now that's at the level of Ram and Ravan, meaning at the level of the big war. But I'm saying Jatayu personally, at a personal level, Jatayu tried his, not a little bit, tried a lot, in fact tried his level best. What did he get in return? What did he get in return? It's right there. Not on this slide, it's gone now, I changed the slide. Something he got before he passed away, which no amount of money could buy. Okay, Harish?
God.
How did he get God? Did he go and buy God? Is God a product? What did he get at the end?
God.
How? In what form? In what form? You're on the right track. Okay, give it to Mahi. Mahi.
Darshan.
Exactly. He got God's darshan. When he got God's darshan, when he received darshan, he received grace, kripa, anugrah. Okay. So, in fact, Tulsidas and others call this one of the greatest examples of God's grace. You see, God is uplifting or liberating an animal. Did Jatayu perform tapasya? Did he meditate a lot? Did he do a lot of yagna, havan? Did he learn the Vedas like Ravan? Did he know music like Ravan? Then what did he do? Why did Ravan not get God's grace? And why did Jatayu get God's grace? What was so different? He didn't know Vedas. He didn't do any. Did Ravan do tapasya? Yes, a lot of tapasya. Jatayu, no tapasya. Okay, now answer my question, this one. Was Jatayu living a healthy lifestyle? Like, was he only eating plants and vegetables? What was he eating? Dead animals. It's the lowest of the low. Okay? And what did God do to him? This is uplifted. This is called Uddhar. What is it called? Why? He did one thing which Ravan didn't do. Ravan followed. Everyone should be able to answer this. Ravan followed and Jatayu practiced his dharma. That's it. Okay, he did what was the right thing to do, regardless of victory or defeat. Now he lost. He was defeated in the battle against Ravan, but he won in the battle of life. Exactly, yes, dharma. So in this case, remember I told you these are these synonyms or antonyms? Synonyms or antonyms? Antonyms means opposites. These are opposites, okay? Like if I were teaching you English, I would go like this, right? Right? These are antonyms. But in this case, his defeat and his victory are happening at the same time. Isn't that interesting? So my childhood question is being answered now while I'm talking to you. He lost, but he didn't lose. Like you said, maybe he lost temporarily in that one battle for that one moment, but he won. Even Ram won. Hai na? He gave crucial piece of information to Ram. So his defeat led to victory. His defeat was equal to victory. So now in Jatayu's case, are victory and defeat antonyms? No. His defeat is the same as his victory. If he had not tried saving Sita, would he have died? No. Would he have been defeated? No. He would have been fine. He would have been victorious, meaning he would have been safe. But would that have been a victory or a defeat if he had not tried? That's real defeat. Okay, real defeat. What does Krishna tell Arjuna? To fight or to not fight? So whenever something wrong is happening, or whenever it stands to do your duty, you must do your duty regardless of victory or defeat. Doesn't matter. Just like last time I said, praise and criticism don't matter. Victory and defeat, now I'm telling you another point. Victory and defeat don't matter. What matters is that you follow your dharma. It was Jatayu's dharma to protect. Okay, few years ago, about 7 years ago, India built a monument or this national park in honor of Jatayu. Do you see this? It's the biggest statue of a bird in the entire world. Jatayu National Park in Kerala. Why is it built there? Because when Ravan was taking Sita, this is where Jatayu fell. There's a water body like a lake next to it where his beak hit the ground, and his beak was so strong it created a lake. And he actually drank water from that lake till Ram arrived. So this is Jatayu National Park, where if you go, you will find that it's the tallest statue. You can go up through stairs. You can also go up to a car, and it's really high, 70 feet high. 70 feet means huge, okay? And it's made in honor of protection of women, because Jatayu tried to protect a woman. So it's honoring people who protect women, okay? Yeah, security people who protect women. Okay, I have a writing from what's written there. It says, in memory of Jatayu. I think I have it here also. See this? Tribute to Jatayu. So let's read. I'm going to read this out. The original language is a South Indian language, but it's been translated into English. So I'll read the English and I'll explain to you. Stand atop this hill for a while in contemplation. So it's inviting visitors to go up on the hill of Jatayu National Park and just think. Contemplate means think about it. Think about who? Think about whom? Jatayu. His sacrifice. His sacrifice for Sita and for Ram. Here is where Jatayu fell, this place, trying to block with his talons and beak. Talons and beak. He was trying to block the alien gnome who seized in deceit. The alien gnome. Who is the alien gnome who seized Sita in deceit? Ravan. The gnome means like a monster, like a semi-celestial being, okay? Who seized, snatched in deceit, cunningness, cheating. The princess pearl of a daughter, Sita, okay? Born to the plow furrow of dear earth. Sita is known as the daughter of Mother Earth, yeah. Bhumija, okay, she came from Bhumi. And fleeing to another coast, he fled to another coast. Which coast? Where did Ravan go? Lanka. He who believes it to be his right, he who believes it to be his right to possess even the celestial nymph he covets. Ravan believes that it's his right. Right means hak. Hak samajh mein aaya? Urdu. Adhikar, Sanskrit. It's his right to get whatever he wants, even if it's a celestial nymph like an apsara. Sita is not the first woman he did this to. He had done this to many women before. He had a whole bunch of women in Lanka who he had kidnapped like this. This is where the enemy's sword, enemy is Ravan, chopped Jatayu's wing, this place, the place I showed you before. The spot that accepted that flowing blood stream like a sobbing mother accepting her martyred son. Martyr, let me write that word. Martyr means somebody who dies fighting a good battle. Like soldiers, when soldiers fight battle, we are living comfortably here because of soldiers at the border, right? And they sometimes die. Oftentimes they die. Have they died? No, they have attained martyrdom. They have become martyrs. You see how has anyone seen like when soldiers pass away, we put the national flag on them. National. Why? Because they died protecting the country. They attained liberation. Thus, so they're calling Jatayu a martyr. He fought for a cause. The cause was Ram. This spot received that bird. Which bird? Jatayu. Flapping its single wing because one wing was chopped off. Descending like a flag on the mast. Mast means like on the ship, you have that, right? Sail. Have you seen a ship? Ship has a sail. So just like a flag. So flag has a post. So when Jatayu came down, Jatayu's wing came down, they said that it's like the flag came down. Descending like a flag on the mast of this country's pride. Jatayu is Bharat's pride. He is the pride of Bharat because he died doing his dharma. Doesn't this wind that blows here sing that tale? The wind that blows here still to this day sings that tale, meaning sings that story of Jatayu. Doesn't every grain of sand here recall that saga? Saga means long story. Long story because every sand particle and every wind particle, every element witnessed Jatayu fighting till his last breath, doing his dharma. As we stand on this hill, whenever we go there, whoever goes there, with heads bowed, meaning like this, in the memory of that bird, tribute to Jatayu, who sacrificed himself as a flower offering. Like you go to a murti, like see this flower, we go to a murti and what do? At the most, what do we sacrifice? One flower. What did Jatayu sacrifice? Exactly, his life. Who sacrificed himself as a flower offering. We indeed churn immortality from death. So, usually, okay, another one for you. Or I could write it like this. I put immortality. I'll just put this, life. Make it simpler for you. This last line shows another pair of opposites. Life and death, okay? Who sacrificed himself as a flower offering, we indeed churn immortality from death. Life and death are synonyms or antonyms? Antonyms, they're opposites. But when Jatayu died, did he really die? He lived, he still lives, and he will always live as an ideal of dharma. Okay? He became immortal. When somebody dies for a cause, when somebody dies doing his or her dharma, he or she becomes immortal. He has gone beyond death. He has gone beyond defeat. He or she, anyone, has gone beyond life and death and gone what is beyond life and death? Immortality, Amrit. So this is saying that who sacrificed himself as a flower offering, we indeed churn immortality from death. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, this is real Deepawali, what we're discussing, and this is what most people do, right? What is it? Blow firecrackers, burst firecrackers, make a lot of noise, and you see that baby crying. Animals cry, babies cry, people can't sleep at night. What kind of pollution does it create? Air pollution, what else? Noise pollution, land pollution also, yes, all kinds of pollution is created because of water pollution as well, because eventually all the firecrackers go in the water. So this is what Deepawali has become about. But what should we be doing on Deepawali? We should be remembering how Ram can be attained. How did Jatayu attain Ram? By doing his. So how can you attain Ram? By doing your dharma. What is your dharma? What is your dharma? As students, to study. Understood? Like Arjuna was a warrior. So what was his dharma? To fight. You are a student. Your dharma is to study. Simple. Okay. Okay. This is one of the Shat karmas. 6 karmas that are performed to purify your body and mind. So purification is extremely important in order to determine what is the right thing to do in your life. And this is a very simple technique called Trataka. What is it called? Trataka. Trataka. Gazing. Constant gazing at a particular object. Mostly people use a flame. In modern times they use a candle flame. In ancient times they used to use a diya flame, which we're going to use. Same diya that we light on Deepawali, that we light in front of our gods, okay, that we light in our homes. The important thing, there are a few important points here to remember. Number 1, you have to keep your back straight. Okay, everybody's straight now. You have to keep your back straight. You have to sit still, otherwise this technique won't work. You have to sit still, meaning you cannot move. Absolutely necessary. Number 3, you cannot blink. You cannot blink your eyes. Water may be shed from your eyes, but that's okay, that's part of the purification process. But you cannot blink. If you blink, you have to kind of start over again. We're going to do 7 minutes, especially if you move. If you move, definitely you start the 7-minute cycle again. If you blink, okay, but you're not following it properly. Okay, and number 4, your thoughts. 3, you cannot have any other thought besides your perception of the candle or the flame. You cannot have any other thought. So if you move, you have to start off the cycle again. Some people feel like blinking because water comes out of their eyes. So, I mean, it's not the best technique. Okay, you have to practice more. And last is your thoughts. So that comes through practice, that you don't think of any other thing besides what you're seeing in front of you. Now, if you do this, what are the benefits? Obvious benefits. Number 1, concentration. Your concentration will improve. That concentration ability you can apply it any place, in any subject, in any work, in any discipline. When you're studying, you apply the same kind of concentration. When you're singing, when you're playing, you can apply the same concentration. Number 2, your memory becomes powerful. So your focus improves and your memory also improves. Also, you get better sleep after this, similar to that mantra we chanted. Okay, you get better sleep after this. And for those who have problems with vision, it can also help you fine-tune your vision because your eyes become sharper and sharper. Shanti, Shanti.